Hello guys, welcome back to the Debug Arena. In today's video, I will show how we can create bottom tab navigator in React Native. So you can see here, this is my application and this is my bottom tab navigator where I'm getting 4 options to navigate to screen. If I click on this profile, I will navigate to profile screen. If I click on this detail, I will navigate to detail screen. Also, you can notice that whenever I'm navigating to other screen, the screen which is focused, its icon is active and its color is changing. In the same way, if I unfocus that, its icon is changing. So we are manipulating the icons and the color of the label. Also, if I click on this go to settings, it will navigate to settings screen and it is highlighted. So these are the things we are going to cover in today's video. Also, if you are learning React navigation, then I will recommend you to first learn stack navigation, then only jump to drawer or tab navigator. Because stack navigator is the basic navigation and you must know that. Also, it is important that you know how you can work with all 3 of them at once. So to cover that, after making this bottom tab navigation, I will show you how we can integrate tab navigator with drawer navigator and stack navigator. So make sure to watch the video till end. Now without any delay, let's get started. Okay, this is my application as of now. Here I am just rendering this home screen component. Inside this component folder, I have created 4 different components which will act as a screen in my application. Also, I am using React Native version 0.74, which is the latest one, and here I have already installed React Native vector icons because in the tab navigation we also have to show the icon, and for that I am going to use this package. So if you also want to learn the installation of this package, then you can go and check out my other video. Otherwise, you can install icon package as per your preference. Now to integrate the tab navigator, the first step will be to install the package. For that, I will go to Google and minimize this, search for React navigation, click on the docs. Here we can scroll down and the first package we have to install is this. This is the main package which is React navigation. So I will copy this. I will go to my CMD. I will stop this and let's install this. Let's wait for it to finish. Okay, it is done. Now I will come here to the docs and I will just scroll down. And here, if you are using Expo, then you can install from this command. I am not using Expo, so I will copy this. Again, I will go there and let's just install this. If you have already installed Stack Navigator, then you might have installed these 2 packages, as these packages are the parent packages. This is also done. Now I will again go to Docs and here I will go to Navigator and we have to use this bottom tab. So I will click on that. And if I scroll down, here you can see this is the package we have to install to use bottom tab. Again, I will go to CMD. Let's copy paste that and let's wait for it to finish. Okay, it is done. Now let me just restart my server by running React Native Run Android. Whenever you install these heavy packages, always make sure to restart your application. Okay, my application is restarted. Let me go to my package.json. Here you can see we are getting these packages like React Native Screens, React Native Bottom Tab and React Navigation Native. Now we are ready to go. Let me just close all of these things. Now I will go to app.js. Here I will remove this. I will come here and let's create one variable name as tab nav. Here I will write create bottom tab navigator and I will assign this bottom tab navigator to tab nav. After this, inside return I will come and here I will write navigation container, which should be imported from this React navigation. Like here you can see, you can think navigation container as a parent container of the navigation. So like it doesn't matter which navigation you are using, it should be inside navigation container, then only you can use them. So inside navigation container, I will write tab nav dot navigation. Sorry, navigator. Okay, so this is our main navigator. Inside this, I can put any number of stack navigator, tab navigator, drawer navigator. It doesn't matter. This is important. Now here I am mentioning the tab nav. If you are using stack nav, then we can write here stack navigator and it should work. I will recommend you to learn about stack navigation first and then move to tab navigator or drawer navigator, as stack navigator is the basic navigator which helps us to move between the screens. Each navigator has their own benefits and you can use them at once. Okay, so inside this tab navigator, I will come and here I will write tab nav dot screen. Okay, and in screen, first thing which I will pass name and it should be home. Okay, this is the name. You can give anything, and inside the component I will pass my component, which is in my case home screen. Now I will save this. Is refreshing and you can see here the tab navbar has appeared. Here I am not getting the icon because I haven't set that, but here I am getting the home. In the same way, let me just copy paste it, and now I will write here settings. Inside the component, I can pass my setting component, which is setting screen. It should be imported, like you can see here, they are imported. Now I will save this, and now we should get two things. Okay, this is home screen, and this is setting screen. And you can see we are able to move between them. Also, when we are at the setting screen, this home navigator is unfocused, and when we are at home, it is focused. Okay, we are good. Now let's see how we can customize this. You might know that whenever we use any navigator, the first thing we get is this header. So if we want, we can hide them. To hide the header, we can hide that in two ways. One is at the component level and the other one is at the navigator level. So suppose if I come here, and here I can customize these screens inside this option, and in option, if I write here header shown, if I make it to false, header will be hidden. I will save this. So you can see home is not having any header, but this setting is having the header. So we can customize all the property at two levels. One is at the navigator level and the other one is at the screen level. It is always recommended to do things at the navigator level only. For now, I will just remove this because I want the header. Now I will come to this tab bar.navigator and let's customize this. So here I will write screen options, and inside the screen option, the first thing which I have to do is to increase the size of this home. Okay, so here I will write tab bar. Okay, and this home is known as label, so I will write here label style. So tab bar label style. You can check out other things also to customize this better. Inside tab bar label style, I will just style them. So first I will give font size, I will give padding bottom to 5, and I will give font weight to 600. You can see here that my home label and setting label is visible. Also, we can change this active and inactive color. For that, I will write here, sorry, not here. Inside screen option, we can write tab bar active tint color, and I can assign it as orange. When I save this, so you can see this highlighted is orange, and this not highlighted or unfocused is gray. Okay, but orange I just use for the reference. Here I am going to use this color code. Same thing for inactive. So I will write here tab bar inactive tint color, and I will give it as black. Now it is looking perfect. Now let's add icon here. For that, I will come here and I will write here tab bar, sorry, not here. First we have to write here options, and inside options we can write tab bar icon, and here we will create the UI. So here you can see icon will accept these props like focused, color and size. So for now I will only pass focused because I am going to hard code the size and color. Here we will return the UI. So before creating the icon, let me first install one icon package. So I will write here import icon from React Native vector icons, and I am going to use Ioni icons. Okay, now I will come here and I will pass here icon, and here I will pass name, and name of the icon will be home. Okay, and size I will give it as 28, and color as of now I will skip the color. I will save this, and here you can see my icon is visible. Here we have to pass name in small. So if I go to setting has no icon, and if I come to home, it is having the icon, but it is not getting focused, like its color remain the same. For that, what I will do, I will come here. Inside the color, I can pass one condition that if this element is focused I am getting from props. Okay, so if this element is focused, then the color will be this color code. Otherwise, it will be black. We'll save this. And here you can see when it is focused, it is blue color, and when I'm going here, it is black color. So this is totally working fine. Now let me just increase the height of this tab bar. For that, I will come to this navigator, and inside the screen option, we get one option known as tab bar style. Inside this, I can specify the height. For now, I will give height as 60, and I will give here padding top as 0. And here you can see it is totally looking good. Now there is one problem here. Like if you notice that we will have to specify this icon every time for every component. Like for setting, we will have to do this thing again. Also, I am having these 4 screens, so I have to do this thing 4 times. And I think this is the bad idea. To simplify the process, I will go up, I will come here, and let's create the array name as tab config. inside this array I will create one object which will have name. So name I will pass as home. Okay, after this it will have component, and here I will pass the name of the component which is home screen. After that it will accept two things. So as of now what we have done, that we have changed the color of the icon, but it is better to change the icon. Like when I go to settings, this home should be outlined, like this black color should not be visible, and in the same way when I come here this should be filled. Okay, so we are going to do that. So for that I will create two things here. One will be focused icon, and here I will pass the name which is home, and then we will have unfocused icon. Okay, it is done. Let me show you the icon. So if I go to Google, and here inside this React Native vector icon you can see this is home. This icon will be shown when this screen is focused, otherwise this outline will be shown. So this create a more effect, and it is very good. So now I will come here. In this object we also have to add one more thing which will be icon component. Okay, so first let me just add this icon component, and for now I will give it as Ioni icons. Now you might be thinking why I have created this. I have created this because suppose here I have imported this Ioni icon in the name of icon, and here I am using this icon. So this Ioni icon is providing me this home. But what if this Ioni icon is not having the settings icon? So for that, if you go to React Native vector icons, I will have to use the icons from material community icons. But as we are making these things dynamic, we cannot switch between that. Because of that, I am creating this new key value pair where I will specify the component to be used. So for now, here instead of icon, I will pass here Ioni icons. Also, I am going to use icons from Font Awesome. So I will just copy paste this, and instead of Ioni icons, I will write here Font Awesome. So now we will be using two type of icon. One will be Ioni icons and one will be Font Awesome. So now let me just create the object for other components also. And it is done. So I have created object for all my component, and here you can see this is profile, component name is profile screen, and this will be focused icon, and this will be unfocused icon, and this icon will come from Font Awesome. Okay, here I am getting icon does not define. Okay, it is because I have changed the name. So I will come here, and instead of icon, okay, for now I will just remove this. Now I am just creating this dynamic. I will save this. Okay, so this part is done. I have created this map. So now even if you have more component, you can add directly in this and it will work. Now let's create a function that will map this. Here I will create a function named as screen options. Inside the screen options, I will get route from our parent. In this I will specify tab bar icon because we are doing all of these things because of icon. In tab bar icon, I can write focused, which I will get from parent, color and size. Here I will create one variable route config. Now in this route config, what I will do, I will just map over this tab config. So I will write a tab config dot find. Okay, so whatever value we will get, it will be stored inside this config. Okay, now here I will write one condition which will be that if my config dot name is equals to route dot name. Now let me just simplify this for you. For now I will just minimize this. So here this is screen options. So what we will do, I will just call this inside the screen options. Okay, so rather than writing screen options here, we will call this screen option inside here. So whatever routing will be there, we will get that routing inside this variable. So here I have specified tab bar icon, and inside this I am just mapping over this huge array, and I am checking that if my config.name, that is the name of this component, is equals to route.name, then this variable will be true. Okay, O should be small. Okay, here I will add one condition. So I will write here const icon name. Here I will check for focus, that if my screen is focused, then I will write here route config, which will contain the details of the screen, which is equal to route.name. Okay, here there should be 3 equal to route.config.focused icon. So suppose if we are at home, then in the route we will have a variable name as name, whose name will equal to be home. Then we are checking that if this home is equals to any of the name inside our config, and if this is true, then we are storing that variable in route.config. Okay, I hope this is clear for you. So if this is focused, this icon name will contain the focused icon name, otherwise it will contain the unfocused icon name. Now here we are getting the icon name. Now the only thing we have to get is icon component. So I will write here icon component, not like this, like this. Here I can assign route config, which is containing my object data dot icon. And at last, once everything is done, I will just return here our UI, which will be icon component, which can be Ioni icons or font awesome icon. Here I can pass name, and the name of my icon will be the name. Okay, icon name we are setting here. We can pass size here. So size, I can just pass size, and the same thing for color. So if we are not passing anything from color, it will take the active color. So this is also done. Now what I will do, I will come here and I will just remove everything from here, and let's paste it here. Then inside the screen options, I will remove this and I will call that component, and it is done. I will save this. Let's check the output. Here you can see I am getting the icon. Also, it is changing from focus and unfocused, like it is outline here, now it is filled. Same thing goes for settings. But one thing you can notice that I am getting only home and setting. Where is profile and details? For that, I will just remove these things. And here also we have to map over that array. So I will write here tab config dot whatever data I will get, I will store that inside route config, and then I can just show my output, which will be nav dot screen. Okay, and in this the first thing will be the key. Key is important because we are using map here. So for key I can just pass route config dot name. Same thing, instead of key I can pass name, which will also come from route config dot name, and at last we can pass component here. So I will write here component, and it will show route config dot component. Now I think we are done. I will save this, and you can see here that I am getting all the icons and all the profile. So if I go here, you can see this is not highlighted, this is highlighted. Also this is getting filled, and you can see this is totally working fine. So this is how you can create Tab Navigator in React Native. Now just to show you, I will go to components, I will go to home screen, and here I'm accepting this navigation from the props. So after the text, what I will do, I will add a button here which will navigate me to the settings. So here you can see I have given the title, go to settings, and here I have created a function on press, and here I have written navigation.navigate, and this is setting. This setting should be the name which we are given for the component. So you can see here it is setting. Now I will save this. Let's open the application, and if I go to home, here I am getting the button, and if I click here, so you can see I am moving to settings, and also this tab bar is also moving. Now let me just show you how we can integrate Tab Navigator with Stack Navigator and Drawer Navigator. Okay, you can see here this is my application where I have implemented login, register, user can log in as admin, user can upload the profile photo, user can edit the profile data. Also I have integrated Node.js and MongoDB. So if you want to learn all of these things, then you can go and check out my playlist. Now coming to the navigation, here I have implemented this Stack Navigator. In this, all the screens which are accessible after login are mentioned, like home screen, profile screen, and user screen. If I scroll down, here I have created a Drawer Navigator. So inside the Drawer Navigator, what I have done, I have called the whole Stack Navigator, so that this Drawer Navigator will have access to all the screen inside this Stack Navigator. Like if I open the drawer, you can see all the screens are mentioned here. So this is how you integrate two different type of navigator in one. If you want to learn this, then you can check out my previous drawer navigation video. If I scroll down, there is another navigator which is login nav, and here all the screen which are accessible before login are mentioned. And if I scroll down, there is another one which is admin stack, where all the screens accessible by admin are mentioned. Now let me just go to navigation container, and here you can see I have added the condition that if my user type is admin, then I will show this admin stack navigator. If my user is logged in, I will directly show drawer nav, which will indirectly call the stack navigator, and otherwise I am showing this login nav. Now let's integrate tab navigator also. Now I will go up. I have already created a tab bar navigator for this, so I will just paste it here. So here you can see I have created this tab nav bar, and here I have imported this create bottom tab navigator. Here I have added some modification. Here this is home, and inside the home you can see I have passed whole stack navigator. Okay, and if I come here, and here I have passed other component which is user screen. So ideally we should get two screens, and here I have not used that concept of array because I just want to show you an example. Now I will save this, but nothing will happen because this tab navigator is used nowhere. So I will come to this drawer, which is the main container. Like if I go to this navigation container, you can see this is the main navigator which is called after user is logged in. So I will go to drawer navigator. Okay, and instead of stack navigator, I will write here tab nav. So now what is happening inside drawer nav, this tab nav is linked, and inside this tab navigator, this tech navigator is linked. So this is how you can link 3 different navigator. Now I will just save this. Let's wait for the output to come, and you can see here I'm getting the bottom tab navigator. Also the stack navigator is working fine. Like this is the basic stack navigator. I can go back, and from here this is a drawer navigator. I can go back here also, and this back is also fine. And now let's test the bottom tab navigator, and I'm navigating to this user screen. So this is how you can integrate stack navigator, drawer navigator, and bottom tab navigator. That's it for the video. I hope you have understand each and everything, and if you have any doubt, then please let me know in comment. I will try to help you. Also make sure to check out my previous videos for better understanding, and do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.